I have made 6 of the most unhinged deviled egg recipes I could find on the internet. This is gonna be a journey of deviled eggs for you and for me. And it all starts with the first one. Now, since Ohio Deviled Eggs offers the eggs as an egg flight, which I've never seen before. I've had flights of many kinds: beer, tequila, whiskey, salmon, sushi, lots of different flights. But I've never had a deviled egg flight. So even though I'm more curious about the chocolate chip cookie dough deviled egg, I'm gonna make that first, but I'm actually gonna eat it last because then I can have all the savory ones first and then have the dessert last. This is also very much a vibe cooking video, you know? I actually don't have any recipes because they're not divulging on how they made any of these. And so I'm mostly going off of, as the kids say, vibes. I actually think this is how I cook most of the time anyways, and it's a very Bob Ross approach to cooking. So if that's your thing, please enjoy cooking this way. But I had thought to make the chocolate chip cookie dough deviled egg, I'm gonna remove the yolk because I'm assuming they still use the yolk. A traditional deviled egg, you remove the yolk, you add some mayonnaise and some spices to it, usually paprika, salt, pepper, and then you refill the egg white with the deviled egg mixture. But since this is a chocolate chip cookie dough version, I'm actually gonna be using ingredients I use for my chocolate chip cookie dough. So I have my 1 egg yolk, a bit of brown sugar. We'll do a little more. I like brown sugar in my cookie dough. A little bit of regular granulated sugar. You can do this to taste if you want to. And you know what I think is really cool is most of these recipes, according to Gandalf, are very much personal preference, because a chocolate chip cookie dough recipe, hold on, let me grab some vanilla. Since it's a chocolate chip cookie dough recipe that's meant to be eaten raw like it shows in this one clip that I found on some news station in Ohio, I'm assuming they're either using one of 2 things. Gandalf, this is vanilla and alcohol, buddy. You absolutely cannot have this. Alcohol is bad for cats. He's not allowed to have that. I completely lost my train of thought. But basically, you don't want to eat raw cookie dough. See, it's not good for you. Now all I'm gonna do is mix the egg yolk with the sugars and that vanilla, and I'm trying to get it to look like cookie dough. Look at this. This looks like a very wet cookie dough, and theirs did look a little chocolatey, so maybe just a touch of cocoa powder. I'm gonna grab some cocoa powder. Now I don't want too much cocoa powder. I just want enough to flavor the cookie. Gandalf, I know it has egg in it, but it has so many things. You can't have them. I'm gonna mix the cocoa powder in with my batter. This is gonna do 2 things. It's gonna make it like a chocolatey cookie dough, but also these need to set in the fridge for a little bit of time. Now, this is what my mixture looks like. A little bit of cookie dough action. I'm so curious to try, but first, I do have to add some chocolate chips to this one. You can add as much chocolate chip as you want, but you know, you basically want to hold your chocolate chips together with cookie dough. Give this a mix, and there is my chocolate chip. I have to try this. I have to give it a taste and see if it needs anything else. If you told me this was cookie dough, I would believe you. Now the next step is to take one of our eggshells and just literally fill it. Just gonna fill this bad boy up. Oh my God, this is gonna be so fun. Now I only got 1/2 a deviled egg with all of that mixture because it doesn't actually fill too much, and I want it to be really, really full so it looks super fun. So I guess the other egg whites, I'll just eat them. I don't know, chop them up and use them for egg salad. The chocolate chip cookie dough deviled egg, which is very hard for me to say apparently, also gets a bit of cooked cookie on top, which I'm gonna plate up later so it doesn't get soggy sitting in the fridge. This one is going in and it's just gonna hang out. The next deviled egg is called Columbus pizza. I didn't know what Columbus pizza was until I looked up this video and what this might entail, but it had said that usually it's a pepperoni pizza cut into either squares or rectangle style, which I really, really like. And along with the pepperoni, we get a little bit of provolone cheese. So I'm gonna try to make a pizza sauce with only 2 ingredients, maybe 3. But first I'm taking 2 pieces of pepperoni, and I just got some nicer ones from the grocery store, but just pick whatever one you like, or pick a nice sausage, you know? Initially, I had thought that this would go really, really well with something like soy riso or chorizo. Now I'm frying these up just a little. This way you get that nice kind of crispy pepperoni that everybody loves. I don't know, I love crispy pepperoni in my pizza. And once those are fried, I'm gonna turn this off. These take literal seconds. You know what I think is very interesting about this video is, you know, nothing against the chef owner who made this. I think they're wonderful people for even thinking about these. But maybe, you know, you were smoking that green leaf just a little bit, and you know, that's okay. I live in Oregon. It's everywhere. Now with my 2 little bits of pepperoni done, look at those little delicious little dudes. This is turning out into a snack video I think I would probably go to very often. Now I already removed the yolk for the next egg, and I'm gonna take a little bit of ketchup. because ketchup is sweet. It has a little bit of tanginess. It's not exactly pizza sauce, but here's the thing with ketchup, it's easy. It's ready, no problem. But I am gonna add a few things to this because like I said, this is vibes. We're cooking on vibes today, and it may be a skill, but it's a skill you should learn. To the eggs, I'm gonna add just a touch of salt, a little bit of garlic powder, just a touch, you know, just a little bit. Same thing, a little bit of onion powder. And then I like my pizza sauce spicy, so I'm gonna add just a touch of chili flake as well. You can also use cayenne, which can be found in deviled eggs more traditionally, but I like chili flake on my pizza, so I figured this was a win. Now I'm gonna mix this together to make my pizza sauce. I'm telling you, man, eggs are so magical. They literally are used for everything. I feel like they're used for everything. Now, once this is mixed up and ready to go, I'm gonna take one of the pepperoni and I'm just gonna crush it. And we're gonna add this directly to the pizza sauce. This way I have some of the roasted, toasted, grilled, fried pepperoni flavor directly into the sauce. And then I'm gonna put the second one on top with cheese when I go to plate everything up for the flight. Give this a little taste. Dude, that's so fun. It does taste more ketchup-y than tomato-y, because we use ketchup. So if you have a tomato sauce you really like laying around, use that instead. Oh, I put too much chili flake in there. All right, we're gonna take our egg white and we're gonna fill it with this bad boy. Then I'm gonna take the cheese, which is a giant slice of provolone. I couldn't find like shredded provolone, but if you can find shredded, just use that. So I'm going to slice up some of this provolone. And I think what I'm going to do to make this look really fun is I'm gonna cut this provolone in half again, and I'm gonna drape it over the top to completely cover the yolk because I'm gonna end up torching this later. Look at that! Look at that little late night snack. Come on, you wouldn't want this? I want it, right? I would just pop 20 of these in a row, be real sick. So now I have my cookie dough ready, and I have my Columbus pizza deviled egg ready. But the cheese tax cometh. Gandalf, you can have a little bit, even though you're being a menace. Everybody wants to say hi. Can you say hi? Everybody say hi, Gandalf, in the comments. The cheese tax is always paid, okay? Oh, you dropped it. Here, get the cheese tax. There you go. The next one on the list is peach sriracha. I don't know what that means. It just says peach sriracha. There's no description for anything. So again, we're gonna do some vibe cooking. I don't even actually need this right now. I need to cut peaches. Now, admittedly, I have had peaches and sriracha. Peaches actually go really, really well with spicy food, so that is really nice. And I don't think I'm gonna need this whole peach for what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna cook it down anyways. Now, my thought process was, well, what if I take some peaches and kind of make like a peach compote? Well, those are good right now. That's a good peach, man. Oh, Gandalf, you're covering the trash can, like my little trash panda. I probably should have peeled this. We're gonna retroactively peel this, just so this way I'm not fighting any of the skin when I go to make this compote. There we go. We're just gonna, it's not like you have to throw the skin away. Gandalf, it's peaches, dude. There you go. Okay, well, not my knife hand. I already made the mistake of not peeling a peach. I think I'm only gonna need a half a peach. There's really no need for more peach. No, Gandalf. Now for the peach, I'm gonna break this down into very small pieces. Since it's going on the deviled egg, I just figured, you know, it has to be pretty small, especially if I'm gonna cook it down. So I'm gonna cut this into small strips first. So I'm gonna dice up these peaches. Look at that, it's beautiful, beautifully diced. Then I'm gonna take my pan, throw the peaches into there. And then I'm just gonna literally cook these down, with a touch of sugar. Just a little bit, you know? The peaches are actually really nice right now, so they don't need too much sugar, so I'm probably adding like a teaspoon of sugar to those. Now the question is where does the sriracha go? I feel like the sriracha should go in with the egg yolk, and then do I put the peaches in it, or do I put the peaches on top? Take a little bit of sriracha, put it right on top of the prepared egg yolk that I have. Just a pinch of salt, toss the, oh God, don't stick. Oh, these are caramelizing quick, which is really nice. Turn that down just a little bit so it doesn't burn the sugars. Give this a stir. These are like, man, I'm telling you, you wanna impress somebody, just bust out a flight of deviled eggs. They're gonna think you're a genius, and everything is like 2 ingredients or 3 ingredients. This is my mix of egg yolk and sriracha. It looks beautiful. It looks like one of those popsicles you could get from the ice cream man. You know the ones I'm talking about, the sherbets? I don't know, maybe I'm dating myself. Do you still get ice cream men where you live? I do. Guy comes down here just like blasting EDM. It's fantastic. Now, caramelizing the peaches with the sugar does not take long at all. I mean, you can see that's kind of what I'm going for. This is going to continue to cook just a little bit, but I don't want the sugars to burn, so I'm pretty happy with that. But the thing is that I can't put the hot peaches on the egg yolk. I think that'll be very strange. So I'm gonna take the peach and I'm gonna place it on a plate just to cool down separately. And we'll kind of treat it the same way. So I feel like each deviled egg not only has a filling, but it's going to have a garnish, and the garnish is whether or not it's the chocolate chip cookie or the peaches or the, torching the provolone cheese with the pepperoni. So I think each one is gonna get its own garnish. Done, lovely. Grab my deviled egg flight plate, take my egg yolk mixture, place it into the center. I would assume if they're selling a ton of these, which they probably are at the Ohio State Fair, they have these mixtures just in piping bags and they're ready to go. So when they get an order, they just fill it and go. Nice, look at that. Beautiful sriracha egg yolk. Place that on the plate. And now I have 3 of my 5 completed. Beautiful. This one, we're just gonna put it back here to cool down. The next one is called cranberry feta, and it says it's a more savory one. So I think that the feta cheese will be most of the savory component because it's really, really salty. And then I have just a few dried cranberries, and they may use fresh cranberry. I'm not entirely sure. The problem is with fresh cranberry, it's going to bleed into the mixture, so they probably don't use fresh cranberry. So I'm just assuming there. I'm gonna put just a few cranberries in there. You don't want too many. Eat the rest of them, do whatever you wanna do with those. Add a nice chunk of feta. So I'm doing like equal parts feta to egg yolk, basically. And then just mix this bad boy together. This is not mixing how I thought it would mix, and it looks very crumbly. It's really dry looking. Even though I used a nice wet sheep's milk feta, this is very, very dry. So I think to bring it together, maybe just like a touch of mayo, just a little bit. Mayo is what's traditionally used in deviled eggs, so we have to use it at some point. Just a little bit, you just wanna bind it all together. There we go, that's coming together now. This is a weird one, but I actually think I'm very much going to enjoy this one. And you notice how I haven't seasoned it at all, so I'm gonna give this a try, see if it needs anything. Hey man, they're cooking over there in Ohio. Take my filling right into the egg yolk, or into the egg white, not the egg yolk, we put the, you know what I'm talking about. Bam, look at that, so fast. Now I have 4 of 5 of my deviled egg flights. Chocolate chip cookie dough, the pizza one, the sriracha one, and the feta cranberry. Let's go to the next one. We have 2 more to make. The next one is just called spicy crunchy. That could mean literally everything. Maybe it's just breadcrumb that are spiced with chilies and then thrown in with the egg, and then it's spicy crunchy. It could be crispy rice thrown on top of it could be literally anything. It could be hot cereal. So instead, I have an idea. The other day I made, hear me out, crispy chickpeas, and you will need an air fryer for this, but you can maybe do them in a pan, I'm just not sure. So I'm gonna take some leftover cooked chickpeas. These are just boiled chickpeas with some onion. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna strain it because there's a lot of liquid still. Now take the chickpeas, place it into a small bowl. This is just to mix it in. And this is gonna get some curry powder. I picked this up at a local grocery store, and you can find curry powder pretty much anywhere at this point. And I'm gonna season this pretty heavily just with that curry powder, because I think there's also salt in this curry powder. There's no salt, it's just spicy. So I'm gonna season it with some salt too. And then I'm gonna hit this with some olive oil. This will help it get nice and crispy in the air fryer. Give this a quick mix so all of the chickpea is incorporated. And again, this is up to interpretation. This may have nothing to do with chickpeas or curry, but today it does. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put this in this like silicone mat thing we picked up for the air fryer, so that way you don't have chickpeas just falling through the center. This is actually really helpful. This is gonna go in the air fryer for like 10 minutes. Now the egg yolk for this, I am going to do a mayo base, which is again a traditional style. Mostly because I wanna keep this relatively not spicy. Does that make sense? It's just because that curry spice is very spicy. So instead of making this spicy as well, I think it's best just to make this nice and creamy. So I add just a touch of my mayo, pinch of salt, give this a nice mix, and this is ready. Only those couple of ingredients for this one because those chickpeas are very, very intense. So you don't want the mayo base or the egg yolk base to be that strong because it's gonna compete with the chickpeas, and then what's the point? And the chickpeas will actually be the garnish. This is a thick yolk. And with that, egg number 5 is ready. I just have to remember that that is for the chickpeas, which we're gonna garnish onto this one. And now we can make the final one and then taste test everything. Now the last egg is called hot honey everything. Again, it's a very vague, broad, generic name on the menu without any description. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna remove the egg yolk from said egg that's going to have the hot honey vessel. This one's more of a creamy one, that's okay. Then I'm gonna take 1/2 of the egg white and I'm gonna chop it up because this is gonna go right back in there. It's like making a Japanese style egg salad sandwich and throwing it back into an egg. Now, since this is hot honey everything, I'm gonna add a little bit of mayo to this one as well, a touch of salt, Obviously hot honey, and this version is called Local Hive. I think they're here out of Oregon and they have sriracha in it. So I'm gonna hit this with a decent helping of hot honey. This is gonna be very sweet, very spicy. Give this a nice mix. All that comes together so beautifully. It is a little bit wet though because of the egg yolk. It's actually more wet than I think I would want it, but we're gonna go for it. You can see what it looks like. Just gonna fill this bad boy up. There we go. How does this taste? That is sweet and that is spicy. And with that, my friend, all of our eggs are done for our egg flight. Now we just need to garnish them and enjoy them. Now, because the eggs look really crowded on this, I'm actually gonna put this on this really nice black slate. Maybe, this is an upscale place. You're gonna go either to a food truck and get the most insane deviled eggs of your life for very cheap, or you're gonna go to a very fancy restaurant and pay way too much for deviled eggs that are also very delicious. But I do need to garnish just a few of them, and some of them require heat like this one, which is our provolone Columbus pizza deviled egg. Take a little fire. I'm trying not to impact the egg white at all, or really make the egg yolk nice and warm. So I'm gonna torch the provolone very lightly. Oh, beautiful. Look at that, dude. That looks so sick. And then I'm actually gonna take a half of the pepperoni, just so it'll look really cool. We're gonna take the half of pepperoni, and I think we're gonna go right in between the cheese. Look at that. That's cool looking. I love that. I love that a lot, actually. Place that right there. We just leave this for Rachel because she requested it. Next, I'm gonna do the hot honey, which is very, very wet. I should have probably eased back on one of the egg yolks just because the egg yolk itself was very wet, but here we are. Now I'm gonna garnish this one with some hot honey as well, but I'm garnishing it on this so we don't get too much on the slate. Oh, it does look really pretty though. Crap, which one's which? Chickpea? Which one is this one? Sriracha? Sriracha peach. That's this one. Okay. Take some of these beautiful peaches now. Place it right on top of the egg. Bro, this is fancy. Look at that. Would you not want that? That looks so sick. That's fantastic. It's just a deviled egg, but it's amazing. And then finally, this one is going to get the chickpeas we had just made as well. I'm gonna take a couple of these air-fried chickpeas that are nice and crunchy, throw these right on top. You can go as hard or as easy as you want, but I think this is going to be nice and spicy. So I love this. I think this is a fantastic little take. And there is the spicy, crunchy, what did I say? Curry chickpea. You have deviled egg? What is happening? This is amazing. Now I do have some leftover chocolate chip cookie, which is the garnish for the chocolate chip cookie dough egg, and this is very big. They had a very mini cookie on there, so I'm just gonna trim mine down a little bit, and we're just gonna do a little right there, just so we know which one is which. These were a little overdone, but I think it's okay. Do a little crumble. And I'm sorry, but this is one of the most creative ideas I've seen, and I love all of these hidden gem food trucks who are just doing these really awesome things, especially with food and how quickly they can serve. And it's usually a small team. Like, you guys are crushing it and I love what you do. So thank you. I love visiting food trucks. This is my egg flight, my unhinged deviled egg flight based on Ohio deviled eggs. If I showed up to a restaurant and they served me this, I'd probably pay about 25 bucks, maybe more. Like, these look fantastic. I know they're just deviled eggs, but these look really cool. It's all about the packaging. And before I dive into this is all thanks to Cooking with Chaos, my brand new infinite recipe card system. Yes, the transition was terrible, but please hear me out. Cooking with Chaos is a collection of 60 different recipe cards that you can mix and match to make brand new meals every single time. And the spirit of Cooking with Chaos truly lives in these deviled eggs. Pick a different protein, sauce, and side and see what you come up with next, making dinner night the most exciting time of the day. I promise. You're gonna find new flavor combinations and new discoveries of food that you've never had before, just like people in the community have already done. But even if you don't want to pick what's for dinner next, don't worry, I've included a D20 mechanic where you can roll a 20-sided die corresponding with the number on the top corner of each card and just make whatever the dice roll tells you to make. This way, if you suffer suffer from chronic decision fatigue, just let the dice decide. Roll the dice for protein sauce inside and just make dinner. It's also a fantastic way for everyone to contribute to dinner night. Let your kids, family members, or significant others each pick a different card and you guys combine a meal together that you've never had before. I've been working on Cooking with Chaos for the past 3 years and you can order Cooking with Chaos, the first edition, at the link down below at cookingwithchaos.gg or with the QR code on screen. And when you order the first edition of Cooking with Chaos, you're gonna get 3 free expansion pack cards for my rice bowl pack that I'm releasing later this year. So head over to cookingwithchaos.gg at the link down below in the pinned comment description or with the QR code on screen. Guys, these look freaking cool and I can't wait to try them. And I think we're just gonna try them in order leading up to the infamous chocolate chip cookie dough deviled egg. I'm really excited. Let's jump in. Rachel's here for Rachel's rating.
I want to try these.
You have to try them. This is marriage. I'm just gonna take a bite.
Your bite is like
I'll take half a bite.
massive.
No, I promise. I'll take little itty bitty bites.
But if you cut it in half, then we each get equal amounts.
It's just messy. Okay, here, I'll try to cut them in half. So I'm gonna cut them in half because Rachel said I have to because she doesn't like sharing mouths with me. First is the spicy crunchy, which is the air fried curried chickpea with the normal deviled egg base. That's what that one looks like. I'm excited. Cheers. First up, it has a nice spice to it, but it is not that crunchy. I think the chickpeas could have gone longer, but the flavor is really good. I actually really like the curry with that normal base. And look at it. Oh, damn it. I lost chickpea. Here you go, babe. Now we get, do you want to say it or should I? You know how to say it?
No.
Now we get Rachel's rating. Marriage. I think it could have actually been spicier. I think the egg yolk, the mixture, took away from the spiciness of the chickpea. Because the chickpeas on their own or the curry spice does help a lot, but even those could have gone more spicy.
And more crispy.
And more crispy. So more spicy, more crispy. Then we're gonna go to a, where'd you go? Where are you going?
Can you do your taste test first?
Oh yeah, okay, fine. Next up is going to be the Sriracha Peach. This thing looks super fun. It has a really beautiful color on the inside, and the peaches are really nice right now. They're a little bit tart, a little bit sweet. With the Sriracha, let's see how this tastes. Cheers. That's actually really good. The spiciness of the Sriracha helps with the peach, and the peach isn't overly sweet. I don't know how to place that. I don't think I've ever had anything like that, especially in deviled egg form, but the Sriracha peach is such a fun idea with something creamy, which is the egg yolk.
I've never been a fan of sweet and savory, so I'm interested to see what we're just gonna go.
Go for it. Rachel's rating.
That's actually not bad.
That's actually pretty good, right?
I think the Sriracha overpowers it.
Just a little bit.
Too much.
Yeah, maybe a little less Sriracha. Yeah. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Did you do a thumbs up or thumbs down for the curry one?
No.
What was the curry one? Okay, cool. 2 thumbs up. Like, who is it? Ebert, Roger and Roger and Ebert. Who are those guys? The movie critics. Hey, Roger and Ebert give it 2 thumbs up. You know what I mean? Let me know in the comments down below. This is mostly a nostalgia channel. If you know who, is it maybe Siskel and Ebert? I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Moving on. Now next we're gonna go into this one's pretty messy, babe. I don't know if I can actually cut this in half because it's a little more wet. So I'm just gonna take a bite. This is the hot honey everything. So this one is the egg yolk mixed with the hot honey. And then I added egg white back into the mixture because it was just said hot honey everything. So I hot honeyed everything. Let's take a bite. Cheers. I also don't care for that one very much. Thumbs up or thumbs down. I do not like those flavors. Okay, moving on. We're gonna go into the Columbus pizza. This one is the egg yolk that's turned into pizza sauce, topped with the charred or melted provolone, which is now kind of not that melted. And then it has the bit of pepperoni. And I did save a half a pepperoni for Rachel, and I don't know where I put it. Oh, nice. This way we can each have a half a pepperoni. Oh, the last one is so lingering. I don't like it. This is what the Columbus pizza one looks like. Looks really nice on the center. This one should be pretty familiar in a lot of ways. Cheers. Kind of tastes like pizza and eggs. I don't know how else to explain this. It's pretty good though.
I'm actually more scared for those two.
No.
It's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
You need some help.
Yeah, I think the pepperoni is really nice. I think maybe like some oregano or something in the pizza sauce would help. But it's like, it's kind of right there. I think if I were served those at a party, I'd be still pretty happy if they were finger food. I wouldn't turn them down, maybe like the hot honey one. So what do you think? Rachel's rating. Okay, we'll take the yes.
Okay.
Now the next one is also Rachel's arch nemesis. She hates cranberry. She does not like them. She says they are sweet little rat turds. So for any of you who like cranberry, I'm sorry. She said she's not eating it, so she automatically gave it a thumbs down, so I'm gonna eat it for her. This is what the inside of the egg yolk and the that looks really weird, to be honest. Give us a shot. Cheers. It tastes like feta and cranberries. Because those two flavors are really strong. I think it's fine. I don't know if I like it more than like the chickpea one or the pizza one. I think it's fine. It's, you know what? I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I think it's okay. But now finally, what everyone is actually here for, the chocolate chip cookie dough deviled egg. Cheers. I eat a plate of those. You don't taste egg for the most part. The egg white is very neutral. The flavors of the chocolate chip kind of take over. The sweetness of the brown sugar and the regular sugar help. It honestly tastes like cookie dough. Am I going crazy? Come and try the cookie dough deviled egg for the people. There's nothing wrong with it. I genuinely like it. I would order a flight. I would order a half dozen of these. This one's good. Go. 3, 2, 1, eat.
I'm so scared.
It's really good. I promise.
So scared. There's so many chocolate chips.
I put quite a few chocolate chips in there. Like other than, I don't know. Okay, I won't say anything. I'll let her finish.
The texture for me is really strange.
A little bit more creamy than a cookie dough.
It's not bad. I'll give you that. The texture though has me. The egg white gives it such
The egg
a
white
funky
has like
texture.
a kind of a spongier texture to it. Yeah.
It's not bad. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up for Rachel's rating. If you want to pick up Cooking with Chaos, I'll leave a link down below in the pinned comment and the description and the QR code on screen. My name is Paul, and remember, keep playing with your food.
This is the box he refuses us to get rid of.
Gandalf,
Whoa.
what are you doing, buddy? This is your favorite, this is his favorite box.
I tried to throw it away and he wouldn't let me.
We have so many cat trees.